Welcome, welcome. I love Q&As. I hope you do too. We've got some real good ones. I'm always learning more about how to teach, and I hope I'm getting better. I hope. All right, so let's start off with this first photo. Very simple. She's made alterations to the knee of her pant, around the knee and around the top of the inseam. And she wants to know, what does she do with the grain line? So here's a picture. All you do is connect this top of the grain line above where she made any changes to the center of the hem. And that's it. Very easy to do that red line. You can see a little bit of difference between the red line and the crotch line, the grain line once she fixed it. You can see that little bit of difference, so it would be a little bit of difference. You do need to correct it just to make sure. The next question, there's no photo for this. Given my bicep measurement of 12 inches, including some extra skin, what sleeve size would you recommend I start with for an educated guess? I'm back at my sewing machine maintaining my weight loss, and I'm currently making adjustments to size 2 pattern. I'm not going to do that. You guys can trick me a million ways from Sunday on, So you have to measure your clothing because it's about your personality. I could not begin to tell you what size you should wear. The sleeve is mobility. So if you have a smaller sleeve, you have less mobility. If you have a bigger sleeve, you have more mobility. So it's just going to depend on who you are, what you like, what you don't like. There's just too many factors. But all you have to do is measure a t-shirt sleeve, a blouse sleeve, a jacket sleeve, and you can put together a whole set of great numbers that are perfect just for you. All right, easy? Okay. This is a photo. She's making it's pattern number 179. I put it on there. It's called R&B Modular Top. The fabric is amazingly soft. This is a terry that we have. I didn't think it had a grain, so she wasn't careful, and the sleeves are twisting. Is that why? It is. It is. Unfortunately, knit doesn't have a grain, but it does have, it's called a cord, I think is what it's called when it's a knit. And so it does have to, she's going to cut it off and make it a short sleeve, which is an easy fix. Or you could always cut it off, put trim in there, and then twist it and sew it back in and have a top and a bottom. You could do some kind of little funky thing like that if you wanted it to be long sleeve. But you do need to watch that because it does make a difference, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it does. But any other problems, once you do fix that, and let me know. What's the muslin all about, and why do I do one? I could go on for a long time, but I'm going to try to make it really short. There are things that you cannot change about a pattern after you cut the cloth. Most of those things that you cannot change are depth-related problems. We have length, we have circumference, we have depth. The length, sometimes you could put a seam in, you could fix it. The circumference, you could leave extra seam allowance and go in or out. But the depth is something, the shoulder angle you could change. If you have a rounded back, you can't fix that after you've cut the fabric. If you've got a sway back, you can't fix that after you've cut the fabric. So that's why we make a muslin. We're looking for things we cannot change after the fabric has been cut. And particularly a rounded back, a sway back are things we can't change. Especially in pants. Pants there's things we cannot change after the fabric's been cut. She said, please don't use blacks. I don't know that we use a lot of blacks, but we try to stay away from them. We know you can't see because when people send me black images, I can't see. So I understand your frustration on that. Please list the day times of your shows on YouTube. Just every Tuesday and Thursday. Every Tuesday and Thursday we do either something recorded or something live. And then we put up fabrics on Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. Emails at 9:30 in the morning. So hope that helps. I'm trying to fit 34-25. It's the barrel leg pants, and she's really struggling with the back of the pant. I'm going to put up this picture, and you can see by this picture she is really struggling. It means she has that old saying, no acetol. She has no acetol, and so you see that bagginess right at the hip line. that where I've drawn those red lines, that should be the hip line. You're going to take a dart. It's widest at center back. It tapers to nothing at the side seam, or close to the side seam. The barrel pant doesn't have a side seam. It can go to the front. Where there's no literal side seam, it can go a little bit farther than that, go to the side. She said maybe that there's no side seam, maybe that's why I'm struggling. That's not why you're struggling. Why you're struggling is because you don't understand that there has to be a dart at center back, tapered to nothing wherever it leads to. It doesn't have to be at a side seam, it can be close. But you have a B-cup butt and you have a D-cup pant. And because of that difference, it's all sagging down below. And so just on that pant, fix that pant. Pick it up, do the fix, and then do the same thing to your pattern. And you're gonna say, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I've said it a million times, but what I understand is that we don't recognize what it looks like. This is what it looks like, okay? This is what it looks like. It looks like you have a saggy bottom, and if you notice, they're diagonals. All those diagonals are pointing to the center, and they're fine at the side. So that tells you it's too long in the center. I need to pick it up with a dart, taper it to nothing. That will do it. That will fix the issue. This is a question she wanted to ask about the Veronica Beard Cornflower Silk, which we have in stock. It's a beautiful sheer. She wanted to make a blouse. Should I make a matching tank to go underneath, or just double the front? It probably comes down to personal choice, but I'd like your opinion. It does come down to personal choice. I'm always one to double the front, and the reason being is because it's faster. It's easier to sew. And I don't see the advantage of having a separate tank. But if you have a separate tank that you would wear with something else, then that would be the advantage. So just think about, would I wear it with other outfits? Is it just a one outfit I'm gonna do? But I personally have a tendency, I like to double the front. I don't like to have the sheerness. That is just me. But there's times where I've worn a tank underneath something because it was sheer, and I left it sheer just because I wanted to see the beauty of the sheer fabric. So that's why the decision has to be yours. There's no right and wrong. There's just simply no right and wrong, but it is beautiful fabric. All right, so that's the goal. Love your questions. Happy sewing from Silhouette Patterns.